Dude, look how big this dog is. Oh, he's awake. He's. I heard your footsteps, is it?
Are you the owner? Stimulus money. They gave it to who? Special interest groups and campaign donors. That Dave Morse owned the place. So what's going on? What's going on? You know what's going on. Tell me. You tell me. Hey, we got a government that has taken the stimulus money. They gave it to special campaign donors. They gave it to special interests. They abandoned me, and then put me in a position where I have to fight back. Okay? So do you feel that this is the right thing to do? Absolutely. I feel everybody needs to stand up. Hey, listen, there was enough money to give every family in this country $20,000 to go home for 2 months. They chose to give it to special interest and campaign donors, the Kennedy Space Center, and they abandoned us. So you could have given me money. I'd gladly walk away for 60 days and let this virus settle down. I'm not going to do it alone. Okay? Are you going to continue to violate the state's orders and stay open? State order. This isn't an order. This is a conspiracy. This is a tyranny. What do you want to tell other restaurant owners who... Wake up. Stand up. This is America. Be free. I got patriots coming out supporting me.
Hallelujah. Very honest words that, by the way, had to be forced of the news. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing beings. We are taking a very important video today about the Great Reset, which has been officially confirmed by a key administration member of the new Joe Biden presidency that has officially said the Great Reset will happen at a greater speed and greater intensity than a lot of people might imagine. Yes, very key explosive words from John Kerry that, of course, will have a severe effect on you and your way of life. And as all of this is happening, major urban areas in the United States are going under a full lockdown. As in Los Angeles right now, all travel, including travel on foot, bicycle, scooter, motorcycle, automobile, or public transport is prohibited. And failure to, quote, comply with this order will constitute a misdemeanor subject to fines and imprisonment. Since, you know, if you commit the horrible crime of driving alone in a car by yourself, or even worse, paddle boarding on the beach by yourself, you're going to be accosted and jumped on by a large number of officers that will throw you in a cell filled with a lot of people not social distancing, all for the crime of allegedly not social distancing. Again, everything is completely backwards in our modern day society, and that is definitely exemplified in the current events that are unfolding right now in Los Angeles, whose mayor is strongly enforcing the LAPD and the city's attorney to, quote, vigorously enforce this. All of this is on the heels on allegedly the highest daily cases of conholio sickness deaths, which everyone is using as an excuse to blame on their favorite political enemy. Black Lives Matter, Joe Biden presidential celebrations, corporatist holidays like Black Friday, all of those get their stamp of approval from these government officials. Meanwhile, it's you and meeting your family during Thanksgiving and Christmas that are the real culprits here, since you caused all of this misery. Don't you dare even question the logic of this utter insanity. And I have to say, it's very interesting to see politicians talking about how this is such a grave threat. Meanwhile, they don't take it seriously themselves, just like the mayor of Austin, Texas, that told residents to stay home, as he literally went vacation in Mexico, and even attended a wedding. Yes, this Democratic Karen that likes to lecture you about how you should live your life is literally in charge of arresting people for not following the rules, which he himself is not following. So yeah, you don't be a little smart aleck and start asking some questions here, because that's not what your role is to do here. Your role is to listen to the mainstream media and obey. Mainstream media that, of course, works very closely with psychological operations military units to help cater the right propaganda, PR, and slogans for you to follow, all based on the latest manipulation psychological studies. That actually happens. But hey, we're here as an independent media organization, still uncovering a lot of this for you. This platform, which we're still lucky to be here, of course, as you know, we were kicked out of the partner program and demonetized, so we very heavily rely on your support to keep us up and running. Patreon.com/WeAreChange is one way for you to do this. I'm going to start uploading a lot of behind the scenes, very fun videos for you guys specifically, because your support is more imperative than ever. And on that platform right now, you can see highlights from our epic 2020 bash, where we went on a scavenger hunt against government-connected pedo scarecrows, or you can see my crazy daily routine to stay healthy and boost my immune system. So yeah, if you want to check those out, you can unlock those by simply subscribing to
This is Tabu 7. We have a mayor out of LA County in California coming out and making statements in terms of people's freedoms and what he believes should be an act of domestic terrorism if you get caught not wearing your mask. So this is Lancaster, California's mayor, Rex Paris. His comments come as this small town of 156,000 located in northern Los Angeles County is in a county where they're saying that cases are skyrocketing. So we're seeing this all over the place. They're saying numbers are rising, but yet we have seen the deaths fall off a cliff. No one wants to even mention that. And, well, it looks like tyranny is raining down all over the place, everywhere we look. So we watched Newsom come out and make these statements. Then Garcetti came out and made statements in LA about stay in your homes, it's time to cancel everything. And now this man stepping up saying, if it was up to me, anybody not wearing a mask when they are out in public would be arrested. That's what this man thinks. So, I'm going to leave some information here to read up on, some of the charts, but a heads up for these type of individuals in this area, their mentality, what they're trying to implement, how they think and all that. So, I'm going to break it down further on the next live stream.
Attention all you rule breakers, you misfits and troublemakers, all you free spirits and pioneers, all you visionaries and nonconformists. Everything the establishment has told you is wrong with you is actually what's right with you. You see things others don't. You are hardwired to change the world. Unlike 9 out of 10 people, your mind is irrepressible and misthreats authority. You were born to be a revolutionary. You can't stand rules because in your heart you know there's a better way. You have strengths dangerous to the establishment, and it wants them eliminated. So your whole life you've been told your strengths are weaknesses. Now I'm telling you otherwise. Your impulsivity is a gift. Impulses are your key to the miraculous. Your distractibility is an artifact of your inspired creativity. Your mood swings reflect the natural pulse of life. They give you unstoppable energy when you're high, and deep soulful insight when you're low. Been diagnosed with a disorder? That's society's latest way to deny its own illness by pointing the finger at you. Your addictive personality is just a symptom of your vast, underused capacity for heroic creative expression. Didn't anyone ever tell you? These are the traits shared by the greatest pioneers and visionaries, innovators, revolutionaries, procrastinators, and drama queens
2 minutes.
the
I'm gonna go
same.
try to cover us
You
one.
know,
And I'm in
'cause
trouble.
we're all attracted
I'm
to
doing
the
that.
flame. You know
I
in your
can't
heart
do
there's a natural order,
Huh?
something more sovereign than any man-made
I don't
rules or
know. I don't know if
laws
I'll be
could
back for that
ever
long after my
express.
concert goes.
And this natural order is called the way. The way is the eternal substrate of the cosmos. It guides the very current of time and space. The way is known by some as the will of God, divine providence, the Holy Spirit, the implicate order, the Tao, reverse entropy, life force. But for now, we'll simply call it the way. The way is reflected in you as the source of your inspiration, the source of your passions, your wisdom, your enthusiasm, your intuition, your spiritual fire, love. The way takes the chaos out of the universe and breathes life into it, giving it divine order. The way, when expressed by the mind, is genius. When perceived through the eyes, is beauty. When felt through the senses, is grace. When allowed into the heart, is love. Most people cannot sense the way directly, but then there are the wayseers, the keepers of the flame. Wayseers have an unexplainable knack for just knowing the way. They sense it in their very being. They can't tell you why or how they arrived at the right answer. They just know it in their core. They can't show their work, so don't ask. Their minds simply resonate with the way. When the way is present, so are they. While others are blind to it, and society begs you to ignore it, the way stirs you inside. Neurological repression blocks most people's awareness of the way. Censoring all thoughts and impulses from the unconscious is their prefrontal cortex, the Gestapo of the brain. You may not like how things are going. You may not agree with those who seem to have power over your happiness. But here is a great secret of life. You have way more influence than you realize. Gandhi called this influence truth force, love force, soul force. It is the inherent power in you to conjure the truth and the very best in other people. It is the power in you to change people's hearts and minds by changing the way you see them, by changing the way you observe them. Nobel physicist Max Planck said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Scientists have discovered that when a teacher is merely told a student has a higher IQ, that student's IQ rises to meet the teacher's expectations. Expecting the best from people brings out the best in people. But the reverse is also true. Seeing the worst in people brings out the worst in people. Your consciousness has the power to conjure the very best or the worst in everyone you observe, even at a distance. Our friends, our families, our children, our co-workers, our police, even our presidents. We have the power to change each and every one of their hearts and minds simply by changing our own hearts and minds about them. We all have darkness in us, but we also have the light. And in every moment we have another chance, another choice of whether darkness or the light is given reign over our consciousness. What you stand witness for in others is strengthened in them by the power of your observation. When you look for the worst in someone, when you make them wrong in your mind, when you refuse to see the best in them, you are committing a spiritual assault of the worst kind. For you are testifying against their ability to choose the light, standing witness for the darkness in them, and strengthening its power over their heart and mind. If you've ever faced a hostile crowd, a hostile cop, a hostile lover, you felt the destructive force of another's contempt for you. Do not give in to this way of seeing. Stand witness for the light in others. The unassailable divine spark forever shines in the hearts of every man, woman, and child, just waiting to be called forward. When you call on the divine spark in someone, you lend it the strength to prevail in their consciousness. The power of your divine witnessing calls forth the truth in other people's minds. It calls forth the love in their hearts. It calls forth the grace and the beauty of their souls. Divine witnessing is the most powerful form of nonviolence because it heals the very source of violence. It turns your enemies into friends, even when you thought they were deplorable and wrong. In a place where you see no light, you make your own. You call upon the divine spark within you and invite it to reveal itself in those who oppose you. The divine spark in your heart ignites itself in others through the blazing light and love of your consciousness. Witness for that. Strengthen that. Insist upon that. The truth in me calls out to the truth in you. For it is only that I will stand witness to. It is only that I am determined to see. It is only that I will testify for. For to condemn you would be to condemn me, and we are the same. And so I insist on regarding you as true and good and wise and kind. And so it will be, because that is what we all want to see.